Hello everyone, friends and subscribers, Kernel of Wisdom here. This is going to be a video response to a text comment left by one of my subscribers, Miss Black News Energy. She left this comment under General Backlash's latest video titled Chances versus Choices, or Choices versus Chances, or something along those lines. This is going to be a response to her comment where she says that where she said pretty much in so many words that my critique of single black mothers is due to the fact that I have issues with my own mother. I found it odd that she would think this because I've conversed with her under Real Man Allen 73's video titled what was the title of this video? I was conversing with her a couple of months ago under his video titled The Slutty Cultural Breeding Ground That We Pretend Does Not Exist. And I guess and I'm going to have a link to it in the description box here so you guys can see what I'm talking about. But I guess the overall debate I was having with her is that a lot of times in the black community, we don't like taking accountability for things we do have control of. We always want to blame the media as if the media is like this unstoppable, inevitable force that brainwashes people and that you can't escape it, or some nonsense. And I was pretty much telling her why I thought that was nonsense. And this whole discussion kind of caught my attention because when I was debating with Lashid for you, I brought up something about I brought up something that I think is a legitimate problem, not from what I've seen growing up, but also from what I used to see on World Star Hip Hop when I would click on World Star Hip Hop links, but now I don't. That site is just toxic. But anyway, where I would see, these prepubescent black children cussing, making sexual references and stuff. Or I'd see them with their moms, and their moms would be booty shaking and whatever, and I would express, in text comments and in one video titled Black Single Mothers, why I strongly disapproved of that behavior and why I thought it's part of the reason our community is in shambles. And Black News Energy was going on about some stuff about how media's negative energy just flows through everybody, and it's whatever. That I mean, I guess I could read exactly what she said verbatim, but I don't know, I feel kind of lazy right now. She could probably come in here and correct me if she so chooses. But the point is the reason why her interpretation that my critique of black single mothers means I have an issue with my own mother is so surprising to me, because I did talk about some of the things my mother would do underneath this video, and I was going to just reply to her in the text comment under General Backlash's video. I was just going to say, if you go to such and such video, I say it's not true. But no, I decided to respond in video format because this whole shaming tactic of you're bitter and you're like this because of your experiences, as General Backlash said, it is a problem. And it's a very easy way to dismiss people's legitimate concerns. So, with all due respect, Black News Energy, I'm about to refute you on the fact that my critique on black single mothers is because I have an issue with my own mother by reading these posts that I directed towards you under this video. And you guys could click the description box. You guys could click the link in the description box and read it for yourself. However, I'm going to read it out loud. Well, first I'm going to read the comment I was replying to from Black News Energy. Black News Energy said, I can promise you this race has never taken the approach that would better this culture. That approach requires action, spiritual action through no support. I do not support negative energies. I watch very little TV and only with consciousness. I do not watch award shows. I do not watch videos. I do not praise celebrities. I observe how they affect the mentalities of those around me and will slay them. Most don't sacrifice, they just talk. Okay, here was my response to Black News Energy. and it was a three-part response, and throughout all that, it got kind of broken up into pieces. So I guess I could understand why she didn't read, why possibly she didn't read the other posts, or they just didn't materialize in her inbox or whatever. But I'm gonna read like the three-part response I had to her. Where is it? Okay, here we go. I watch very little TV as well. I'm more of a movies gal, in parentheses. In fact, as I said in earlier comments, oh, wait, I'm doing it wrong. uh, Sorry, folks. Okay, here we go. This was my response to Black News Energy. This was the part one of it. Okay. Nobody is saying that pop culture won't mold the average teen to some extent. However, if a parent is steadfast in child rearing early on and establishes the differences between reality and fantasy, work and fun early on, in parentheses, ages 7 and under, many problems will be avoided. It really doesn't take a brain surgeon or Mr. Spock to realize that videos of toddlers cussing and gyrating in their pull-ups mean that their mothers are failing at the very basics. Part 2. I was raised by my single mother, and in parentheses, and her family. No bio father in sight. But guess what? In my prepubescent years, Madre at least had the decency to keep me out of grown folks' shit. In parentheses, be it adult pop culture or her dating life, and keep me in a child's place. She didn't have me listening to Tupac, Biggie, or Snoop because she doesn't like any of that crap. She had private time with her boyfriend. Moms are throwing all types of grown shit in the faces of babies. Part 3. This is not a problem that just comes out of friggin' nowhere once the kid turns 13. This comes from lack of moral foundation and basic parenting throughout the child's entire life. By the way, I wasn't sheltered per se because mom loved her horror movies and sailor talk, but I understood very well that there's make-believe, in quotation marks, and stuff for grown-ups and stuff for kids, again in quotation marks. Some parents in our community think that caring for a child is the same as caring for a plant or a pet. It isn't. And the previous post that I was reading, here it is. I watch very little TV as well. I'm more of a movies gal. In fact, as I said in earlier comments, Mom was the same way. Never cared about most pop culture trends except the horror movies. That was a gotta have it sort of a thing. But she did her part to make sure I wasn't affected by that stuff by reading me bedtime stories, stimulating my intellect and imagination, and giving me important talks. I don't see mothers doing this anymore, just dragging their kids into anything. Okay, folks, does this sound like, so think real hard, folks. Go back to my single black mothers video, or conclusion on single black mothers video, where I was talking about mothers neglecting their kids and not mentally stimulating their kids or giving them imagination and dreams and stuff, or just exposing them to adult crap. Does it sound like my mom did that to me? I mean, aside from, the horror movies and some of the cussing, which she explained to me was one, make-believe, and two, just for adults. She still read me bedtime stories and all that good stuff, and bake cookies with me or whatever. Does that sound like I'm projecting my mother's behavior onto other single mothers? Really? Really, folks? I just want to know, because I figured maybe if I would read this out loud, my message would get across clearly, because I think Miss Black News missed it earlier or something. But hey, I still appreciate it that even though she doesn't agree with me, she could still disagree with me civilly. So I guess I shouldn't complain too much, because that's very hard to find. People who could disagree with me civilly instead of spreading lies about me, as I saw with Sophisticat recently. She's telling people that I excessively messaged her or that I leached off of her. I didn't know posting comments on people's video meant that you leached off of them. I mean, seriously, what is it with these folks getting paranoid that if you post comments on their video, then other people get curious about your channel and decide to subscribe or decide to watch your videos? Since when is that leeching? But whatever. Um, but yeah, as I said, I don't appreciate misinformation being spread about my channel. So even though I should ignore Sophisticat because it's clear that this woman isn't bright at all, I will say this: I've never excessively messaged her. On both my BValChan account and my Colonel Wisdom account, she subscribed to my Colonel Wisdom account and she friended me. Since she friended me, I decided to accept because that's just the type of person that I am. And she sent me a few messages. I told her what my second account was early on, and then she said, all right, cool, and we've never private messaged again, so I don't know what she's talking about. But again, as I said, when people disagree with you, and they don't like what you have to say, or they feel like what you have to say about them somehow bruises their own ego, they have to spread lies. Okay, I think I'm done with this. As I said, I'm just getting frustrated with misinformation being spread about my channel. Um, Alright, I think that's it. Colonel Wisdom out. Good night, everybody. Why am I saying good night, everybody? It's daytime. That's just become my catchphrase, my de facto catchphrase. I usually do these at the nighttime, but right now it's the daytime. But anyway, Colonel Wisdom out. See you later.